I'm Gwen Preston of Resource Maven. We are here in Toronto at the PDAC version of the Metals Investor Forum. And I'm joined backstage now by Ralph Shearing of Altaley. Nice to see you again.
And you too, Gwen. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I mean, there's always so much to talk about with Altaley because guess what? You have an operating mine where there's, improvements going on and things to ask, and then you're commissioning a mine right now as well. Yeah. Let's start with the commissioning mine. So Tahueto, you turn the mill on. Give me a summary of how things are looking at Tahueto.
Sure. Okay, so one ball mill has started up, and we call it pre-production commissioning.
Okay.
So we're working through the growing pains of a mine, where there's little leaks here or a short in a motor somewhere else. So, we haven't had full production 24 hours a day, but we're getting there. So we hope to have that fully up and operating over the next several days, barring anything else that pokes its head up. It gives us a problem.
And on the mining side of things, that is not a bottleneck. You have a lot of stockpiled material.
Yeah, we have 40,000 tons or more. So with one ball mill, that's easy 2-3 months production. So the second ball mill, we're going to be installing that over the next quarter. We hope to have the mine ramped up to its 1,000 tons a day by the end of this year.
Okay. Let's shift over to Campo Morado. Campo Morado is an asset that you really have turned around over the last 18 months. Each quarter was better as you, dealt with issues in the circuits and metallurgy and all kinds of things. Then in the last quarter, the numbers weren't or in the first quarter of this year, so in the most recent quarter, the numbers weren't as fantastic, but there were sort of some particular reasons that happened.
Yeah, there was. We made, I think, about $1.25 million operating profit in Q1 of this year, where it's supposed to $5 million the quarter before. However, what we were doing is advancing towards a copper zone so we could start to produce a copper concentrate and sending lower grade material to the mill through that development.
Okay.
We also had a major breakdown with the reductor gear into the SAG mill, which we lost 7 days on. So we kind of got hit by a combination of a number of things that reduced our profit margins on that month. It was a temporary, those are solved. We're now producing 30 to 50 tons of copper on a daily basis, much better payables in copper than the lead con, so should be making more money with that. We will move towards reestablishing lead concentrate probably near towards the end of this month as we perfect some of the metallurgy to do that.
And I mean, Campo, there's two different, if you want to call it metallurgy or processing things that are going on here. So you added this copper circuit, which is really cool because you're moving into higher copper grade zones of the mine. And that's sort of a description that applies for the next few years, right?
Correct, yes, yeah.
And then at the same time, you're also working on this gold silver side of things where the gold silver recoveries are not great at Campo. They were never optimized for that. But you're a good way through testing some other additions to the mill that could do something with that. So why don't you give us an update on the copper or on the gold silver side of things?
Sure. So we've been testing microfine grinding and pneumatic flotation.
Yes.
Right? So that has given us some pretty good results in the lead recovery. So we think we're going to be able to really improve our lead recoveries as well. So lead recoveries are 30 to 40% right now. This suggesting we might be able to get up to 60, 80% lead recoveries, which brings a lot of silver along with it. So that's one thing. The other, on the precious metal side of it, we've had some encouraging results. Same thing, doing pneumatic or microfine grind pneumatic flotation on the tailings, both the existing tailings, fresh tailings that we're processing, but as well as the historic tailings. So we've done that, tested it through the pneumatic flotation. We've been able to produce a precious metal rich pyrite concentrate. And the next phase now is to push that through Albion or leach ox testing, forced oxidation and leaching. So we think we're going to have a way to increase our precious metal recoveries with that. One more quarter, we should have it figured out, and then we should have a rough engineering idea of what those costs might be, and then hopefully start implementing next year.
Okay, and if that works, I mean, there's a bunch of tailings there.
Yes, yes, there is.
That's the technical description. There's a bunch of tailings there.
Well, there's 3.4 million tons in the old tailings facility not being used, and there's probably another. Well, we mine too, so there's probably another 2.5 million tons in the new tailings facility. So the idea would be, if it works, is just process the old tailings, get that finished up, and then the new tailings will start to be becoming more full, and we'll start reprocessing that. But at the same time, processing the existing tailings, so we're not disposing,
adding to the pile of things that you need to then reprocess. That's right. Fantastic, and that has the potential to really add the precious metals layer onto the Campo Morado story, which is this mine that's really turned around and last quarter aside, produces a very nice cash flow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously metal prices have helped us, Gwen. There's no question.
Of
But we've
course.
cleaned it up, and this, what I believe we can do here, if these initiatives come to fruition, we'll have protected Campo Morado for low zinc prices. It'll become a profitable mine even in low zinc
Right.
prices, and that's why we're working so hard to get there.
Fantastic. What are you most excited about for the next 12 months?
Gold prices, you know, the way the world is, I think we've got a great gold price ahead of us. Bringing Tahuehueto on stream is going to increase our gold production dramatically. In fact, we should be coming around 60% of our revenue from precious metals when Tahueto's on full stream.
Right.
So, I mean, we've got a lot of good things going on, and we're quite excited to keep pushing and try to get there.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to keeping up with it, and thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity.